Ladies and gentlemen, what is up and welcome to episode number 3 of Rating Recap. I'm your host Gavin Garcia, aka Wingzer, as you can see by my Demon Hunter. I'm here presenting the DPS episode. I'm joined by my usual co-host Mark Mercasio. How's it
Hey,
going,
how's
Mark?
it going? I'm doing good.
Why don't you give the folks a little introduction of who you are?
So I'm Mark. I play Windwalker Monk. I'm undead, not undead. I'm 110. That's about it.
Hey, why don't you go and put us up in queue? Anyway, we're joined by our we have a guest on our show today. Angelo Ruiz. Angelo, why don't you give the people a quick introduction?
Hello, guys. I'm Angiolo, aka Best Warlock NA.
Nice. How's that possible if oh never mind. I was gonna say Jonah, but how long have we been raiding together, Angelo?
Too long. Too
Nice.
long.
Nice. I remember back in the day when David would run us on your account, even though we weren't account sharing.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do
yeah,
remember
yeah,
that.
yeah. Cough, cough. All right. Well, I got up for some topics. Join the battle. As a damage dealer, a lot of times the responsibility of doing a certain mechanic is added pressure that a lot of players tend to avoid. What are your tricks for dealing with mechanics and don't you worry about messing up your rotation? So so to buffer, like Angelo, you're like one of the premier people who like tends to say like, oh, I'll do the mechanic because no one else wants to do it. So how do you like handle that, and why are you like such a go-getter?
For me, I think the reason why I can do it is because I've watched the fight usually on like Fat Boss TV, or I've already like tempted it on my own. So I think it comes with experience, right? Like
Yeah.
first you try different things to increase DPS, and that also is in line with trusting healers, because sometimes you want to eat a mechanic to increase DPS, but you know that the healers will kind of focus you because you're going to eat a mechanic.
Hmm.
So I guess increasing DPS, also you're relying on a healer that's really good, because if you don't if you risk a mechanic or increasing DPS by eating damage, then and you get punished, then you're basically losing DPS. So it's hand in hand with a good healer.
Uh-huh. What about you, Mark? Like, what do you do when you tend to have to do a mechanic such as gongs, or I'm not actually not sure on like what melee mechanics you've done recently.
I don't think I have done any melee mechanics because there's no melee mechanics.
All right.
But I like it because it's interesting rather than just standing by and full
Mhm.
on DPSing. It
Yeah,
adds some new stuff to the boss fight.
yeah, but don't you?
And most times mechanics, like those kind of mechanics, they add DPS to your rotation. Like if you do something right, you get like some sort of bonus.
Mhm.
So that's some incentive to do mechanics.
All right, that's fair enough. Yeah, for me, whenever I'm doing DPS and I have to do a certain mechanic, like it's fine. I think more importantly, it's about getting the kill overall.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on to the next topic. In last week's episode, our guest mentioned that playing risky is the way to go. A popular line in the history of WoW is "Stand and fire, DPS higher." After being enlightened
Cool.
to this next level of knowledge, how do you push your limits of your class? So how do you play risky?
I wait the last second before I get out of like fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, small stuff like that. No
So
rush. Like if I know like if I can do like something rather than like if I know how I have this teleport skill.
hmm.
So instead of walking, I could use that teleport. Like that may be more risky because walking may be safer.
Yeah.
But if I can get that last few hits in and teleport away, I'd say that's a better method of DPSing. It's risky, but it works out.
How about you, Angelo? How do you play risky? Risque.
I play risky also with teleport because warlock teleport.
Yeah.
So I and that's also with like knowing the mechanics. So if I know if I can get another like chaos bolt incinerate
Hmm.
off, I will. But um I usually like cast cancel.
Cast
Like
cancel.
it's like when you're casting a spell and it doesn't go all the way, but your cast still gets off. So that's why you see me jumping a lot.
Uh huh.
I'll cast and it'll be like 7/8 of your cast bar. But if you move or jump, it'll still go off just because of how WoW works.
Yeah.
So that's how I usually dodge most of my mechanics. And then I have a Warlock personal teleport and then Demonic Gateway. So and everybody can use that in the raid. So
Yeah. But there, it leaves a fat cooldown. Yeah. On them.
yeah, it's like a minute 30, I believe. But and then my personal teleport, I think is also the same cooldown. So if
Yeah.
I can use both, then yeah.
Yeah. For me, I played DPS in Legion. Yeah. A lot of the greed stuff that I did was mainly like staying on the boss last minute, or if I remember the first boss of Emerald Nightmare, like each player would spawn a circle, and like everyone would go to the outer circle and drop their circle, but I would drop my circle right on the boss so that way I can stay on the boss full time because I seen everyone else spreading. So it's like, why should I spread when or everyone else is already doing the mechanic?
That's I'd say that's some not good. That's bad.
Why is that good, Mark?
I mean, I only do like risky stuff if it's only risky for myself.
Yeah, but
But if
there's only like
that
10 players, you know.
but that might screw up like some other guy like the tank. Like you never know.
That's true.
Like
Plus,
it's small stuff like that. Like if it's risky, go for it. But if it causes risk to other players, then I wouldn't do it.
uh, that's fair.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Well, also, not sound like a bad guy, but like from the tank perspective too, like if I can greed like 5 stacks of something rather than the usual like 3 or 4, like that'll be something like really great to do also. Yeah, this mount makes me invincible. Um, shit.
It's fine. Go tab out if you need to.
Yeah, wait, hold on.
I can handle this. You don't need to worry
You
about it.
go. um, yeah, 1 second. Sorry. All right, well, I'll move on to the next topic. Um, there has been a constant debate on whether or not the melee DPS is greater than range and vice versa. Do you think there is truly a superior, and if not, what makes the appeal of your DPS style something that you enjoy playing? So like, yeah, like some fights like it's like just not fair to be range or not fair to be melee.
I'd say it's more so. I don't know. I like melee. You gotta do less mechanics more often than not. It's really easy.
Do you ever find yourself getting caught doing like the WASD thing where like you do a box circle while melee DPSing?
What do you mean by that?
Like it's like a bad habit of melee players, but like you'll like use WASD and like sort of like move yourself forward and back while doing your DPS rotation just to push extra buttons.
No, not really.
Oh. What about you, Angelo?
I actually enjoy doing ranged, even though it requires me to do mechanics.
Hmm.
But that's just because it makes me like a dependable person, or like because usually it's either me or Jonathan that do range mechanics
Yeah.
because because we're the best.
Wait, can I tangent here?
Go for it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I remember the first time you and Jonathan did the mechanic for Magmal where our off tank couldn't freaking do the stupid uh worm spawn thing. Remember that? And then you guys had to like double disengage. That was freaking dope.
Oh, where we double frost trap to bait and then
Yeah, then
we
kite out.
disengage. Yeah.
Yeah, that was sick.
Also, me and Jonathan did the Imperator bounce of that stack.
Yeah.
don't know
Oh
if
yeah,
you,
yeah, 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 yeah. And the one where they have to move around and then like the insanity, right? No, not insanity. I forget,
it's
but
like
I know what you're talking about.
it's a bouncing stack that has like 4 phases, and me and Jonathan juggled it like the whole fight, and the fight's like 13 minutes. So.
Yeah, that was some long ass fights, man. Oh man, that brings back some really bad memories. Not bad memories, but frick, dude. I remember I had to bench David that one time. Fuck, that felt so bad.
As a raid leader, how do you feel about benching people?
How do I feel about benching people?
Yeah.
If I truly feel that someone's not pulling their weight or not like not doing a mechanic,
Yeah.
like I wouldn't want to like I didn't bench him the whole raid. I benched him like 30 minutes, right, of the entire raid, like the last 30, like just to see if we could progress on the boss. So I think that's the way I look at benching is like if I feel like if you're gonna show up, like I'm gonna let you come, but like if I feel like you're not pulling your weight or if there's a certain mechanic that's holding us back, like yeah. I mean, overall as a raid leader, like your job is to successfully lead a raid.
How do you feel about handling emotional stuff?
Emotional stuff? Fuck, dude. Okay, low key, like I called him after that and I freaking apologized and I felt so bad.
Oh shit, I wasn't naming names, but I was more so general.
I can't think of much other time. I remember I benched Eugene one time too.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, like
Go on.
I don't know. Yeah, as a raid leader, like it's whatever, man. Like
Oh yeah.
there's not much to it.
I see. I see. That's good.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on to the next topic. If you had to pick, if all three of us had to pick each other's class, what class would you pick for that person?
Oh shit. Oh damn. I'd play for for Gavin. I'd say protection paladin.
Protection Paladin.
Yeah,
Why protection, Mark?
because that's who I knew you as when I first started playing with you.
That's the true tank this.
So yeah, it only feels right if you played that same thing that we played together with.
All right.
More so nostalgic reasons.
All right. What class? for, for honor.
For honor,
For glory.
for that high life.
What class? What class would you pick for Angelo?
uh, survival hunter,
Yeah.
because that's what class he was playing when I first started playing with him.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm noticing a trend here.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Angelo? What class would you pick for each other, for me and Mark?
Um. So I don't know. I don't see Mark other than a monk. I don't know why.
Why do you think he's a simple man? Is that what's going on?
I think he's one with a monk already. Like I cannot see him as any other class. So if I had to choose, I'd still choose him as the class he's already gonna be.
Okay. What about myself?
For you, I could see you playing a rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you've tried before, but I don't know. I think you'd do good with a rogue.
Yeah,
I noticed your tone increased, or it went up when you said rogue.
Yeah,
So
because
this-
that was like the first class that exposed me to like the true World of Warcraft, like the TLC and all that.
So like how rogues have exposed armor.
Yeah, I remember I RP'd like hella hard. So there was the one time where me, Jeremy, Jonah, and Angelo led a raid, and I ninja looted the first boss. So I
Uh-huh.
left, and then for some reason they went on to clear the freaking entire like wing all the way up to Plague, and I was like, oh, I feel so shitty. Remember that, Edge?
Yeah, was that I remember that. We like cleared the first boss, right? And then like
It dropped that necklace that I wanted,
and then on the way it dropped like that
the
net,
BOE.
like- yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're like, let's just go on to the next boss, which I think was like the queen. That was so
That was funny. Alright, so if I had to pick your guys' classes, I would probably play Mark as a shaman.
Why a shaman though?
Because I think shamans are dope, dude.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What kind of shaman?
Probably enhancement. Like, I'd imagine Mark would be so good at micromanaging his pets and all that.
I don't think shamans have pets though. Are you
Yeah,
talking about the wolves?
I'm talking about, yeah, the wolf cooldown.
I think they took them out.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I haven't seen an enhancement shaman in a while.
Alright. And if I had to pick
Honestly.
Angelo's class, I probably want him to play mage. 'Cause I feel like mage is like the OP warlock.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
I think
Hmm.
David should play mage.
What's your next question?
Alright, we'll move on to the next question. Alright, loot plays a huge role in our passion for killing bosses. Is there any single piece of loot you can recall that made you incredibly happy?
The blade fist.
Oh, off Mythic Kargeth?
Yeah, because that was the first mythic boss we killed, and that was the first time we killed him.
Oh, remember I was like, you know what, let's ninja it. To anyone listening outside of this, we're not ninja looters. We're just dumb kids back in the day. What about you, Angelo? Is there any piece of loot that like resonates with you that you can remember?
Well, I think for me it was when I don't know if it was our first time, but we downed Mythic Kargeth, and it dropped that Mythic helmet.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like 395 something, and then I won it on a roll. I was like, oh man,
Yeah,
I'm pretty much big dick right now.
we were hella high off our first kill for Kargeth. Yeah,
Yeah, that was really fun.
yeah. For me, it's not necessarily a raid boss, but the ring as a demon hunter DPS, the one that actually gives stats, like the stats for it is freaking sick. Like it gives me like multiple energy. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's not really any other DPS, like not DPS, but like any other loot that I've ever gotten.
I would say Deathbringer as well, but I didn't get it, so
Oh, I remember, I remember I quit WoW on my rogue and I came back for like a week, like the first week, and then I got DBW and I was hyped.
yeah, that item
Yeah, I
and
I remember as a rogue too, like playing that like as a like playing that as a Taran and like popping invis or vanish mid fight was freaking cool.
yeah, that was the time when there was such thing as armor pen, and people were going for like over 100% armor pen.
Yeah. Oh, you know what's funny? I remember I used to talk to I used to whisper the number one rogue on our server. I forget his name, but I would ask him like, "Oh, is this axe better than this axe?" Or like, "How should I gem?"
That's not a bad idea to do, actually.
Yeah, I
Like,
feel like
if
a lot of
you-
players don't
yeah.
do that nowadays.
Yeah, I think it's because of ego.
Yeah.
So
Like,
Ego.
do you ever? So Mark's admitted to going on forums. Do you ever go on forums like /r warlock mains or whatever?
I don't necessarily go on forums per se, but I do try to see what like top warlocks do,
Mhm.
and usually that's from checking like Method or like Serenity Guild, and seeing what they're building,
Yeah.
and if I get lucky, they have a POV of their
Their rotation.
rotation. Yeah, exactly. And I try to check that every major patch,
Yeah.
especially like this expansion patch. I'm probably gonna look into that for Warlock.
It's cool. Wait, wait. Alright, we'll move on to the next subject. Min-maxing is something that can be extremely stressful and rewarding at times. A lot of us get caught up in being the best player as possible, while some of us barely scrape by playing casually. What is your personal goals for next expansion as an individual?
For me, is to clear the last or the last boss heroic version for the first two raids.
Yeah. You guys stopped, right? On the night hold this past expansion?
We stopped the start of I forgot the raid. I think it was.
Yeah, the night hold, right?
I think we stopped before that actually.
Yeah. Did you guys even pull in night hold? I have no clue.
No, I don't think
No,
so.
we did not. Hmm.
TIL. So I guess I'm
TIL.
not the only. So I guess I'm not the toxic. Not just joking.
Whoa.
Oh, I'm actually see. I have an ulterior motive for this. I'm actually like doing this to like promote myself as a friendly
Make
guy.
it go better.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, for me, I try to give myself like minimum amount of things to do in a day or like in a week to at least be like somewhat competitive. Because eventually we do hit an equilibrium point as a heroic raid group where we just like we're pretty much we don't need loot and it's just a matter of pushing mechanic or wiping enough times on the boss. Mark, can you speak? It's like equalizing on yours.
Oh, can I what?
I said speaks because it's equalizing. But
Can
yeah,
I
like
speak?
no, you're good. I'm picking up some reverb off yours, but I don't know.
I don't know.
Ka?
I think we're just incompatible right now.
Alright.
Are you foreshadowing something, Mark?
God, I hope not.
I hope not. I'm
Double-
trying not to.
Double tank, yeah. Alright, I got one last I got one last topic. It's such a
Okay. Okay, go for it. What's your next?
so recently me, Jonah, and Mark have discussed the possibility of coming back to Legion. Is there any possibility that you'd be interested in something like that, Angelo? Like full clearing like a normal raid tier.
I think for me,
Wait, don't kill
Like,
our
si-
dreams. Think about it. Think about the children.
Think about it. Just
I've already thought about it, and I'll say it again. I feel like since the next expansion is coming out already, there's no point because if I get used to a rotation that I have to switch, then that'll be bad muscle memory for me.
Wait, but what about the people that want to?
Hey, what about the expansion after the next expansion? You don't want to mess up your muscle memory for that one too.
Yeah, but usually expansions are 2 years, right? So obviously I'm not gonna worry about the next expansion when I'm on a current expansion. And it's not, so
So
you see what I'm saying?
so is that a maybe?
That's a no.
Is that
if you need-
that's a soft no?
No, that's
That's such a yes.
That sounds like a soft no.
I can even
Oh, just
spell
take a soft no.
All right.
N and O.
All right. Well, what if everyone else was down for it? Is that something that you'd want to do, or not really? You don't.
No,
Even just for fun.
Yeah.
no,
You don't even have to try hard
no.
just to see the mechanics,
Yeah. Just for content, you know, for
just to
content.
see your friends having fun.
If you guys stream it, it's like I'm there.
Right. Well, you already know what I'm up to.
I'm not. I don't know what you're up to.
No, but I mentioned this before to Gavin, but I'll probably sign up once the expansion patch comes out.
Okay. All right. Well, we're wrapping up here. Is there anything you want to talk about, Angelo or Mark?
Not at the moment. I can't think of anything right now.
All right.
In terms
Well-
of no, I can't think of anything. Go for Angelo.
What is your thoughts on class diversity, Gavin?
Class diversity. I think first and foremost, like in our group, right, is what you're talking about.
Yeah, say we had
two
say we
monks.
had a group of say we had a group of 10, right? And we literally had 2 pally tanks, 2 druid healers, 3 mages and 3 monks.
In my opinion, as long as we're all together, that's all that matters. Like as gay as that sounds.
I think
because
yeah.
I think that like we have to accept that we're not like super good, like we're not super try hard, but at the same time too, like we want to be competitive.
So to follow up on that race or class diversity.
Wait, before you
Oh,
ask,
okay.
there was a time where like I would force people to play certain classes and like literally they were like miserable. Like I remember I
Yeah.
forced David on Shaman, and then that was the expansion that he just kept flip flopping classes. Yeah. All right.
What are you talking about?
I think
It's
that
every
was.
expansion.
I think that was. I think that was Mr. Pandaria or Warlords, or it might have been Warlords because I remember I was like super mad at him for swapping the DK.
Yeah.
But then I think he swapped the Shadow Priest after. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can understand that. I feel like, yeah, I guess it's hard because like I feel like there should be just in case like drop happens and no one gets it, but
Mhm.
then again, like
We'll
can't
just
really
kill it
force
next
people
week.
to.
It'll
Yeah, I
drop
mean,
again.
that's really what'll happen is we just gotta wait until next week because like you're saying, we don't want to force people to play what they don't want.
Yeah, I think if anything, we're gonna have like an overload of leather classes, and like it's gonna be shitty for like the first couple weeks. But I mean, I think if we try hard for like a full month, like we'll probably full clear like a heroic raid.
Yeah, we probably will, to be honest.
What about 2 heroic raids? You know, you can go more
Hey
than
man,
that.
we gotta finish the first one first,
Right,
cause
small steps, small victories.
yeah, for the
So
Sindora.
going on about class diversity, how do you feel about having some race diversity?
Some race, I don't know, racials aren't like as important.
We accept all races, Mark. That's all I have to say about that
Yeah,
one.
yeah, Mark. I just watched a black superhero save his kingdom. Like, come on,
Oh,
man.
I've seen that movie too.
By the way, you should check out that picture on my Facebook. Facebook.com/Captain Garcia. Alright, we're just memeing now. Is there anything else besides class diversity, Angelo?
No, I think that was the only question I had.
Alright, well this has been a great week. Next week I hope hopefully we'll have another guest. This is getting a lot more fun every single week, and I hope it gets better every week. And now that I'm resubscribed to WoW, like we can actually get WoW footage. Alright, we'll catch you on next one. Oh yeah, Angelo, if the people wanna find you, where can they find you at?
You can find me at twitch.tv/Angiolo, ANGYOLO.
Yeah, how often do you
My
stream?
I stream every other year, so I'll be streaming this year. So you can catch me on my Twitch channel.
Angelo, who is your favorite streamer, and why is it?
I think currently my favorite streamer would have to be uh either Shroud or Afro. I think those two do a lot of good content while they stream.
Uh,
You don't like some Skara? Huh?
Hey, Gavin, who is your favorite streamer, and why is it Pokimane?
Because I'm the Pokemon master.
All right. Well, we'll end it on that
Wait,
note.
hold on, I got one more question.
Okay.
Angelo, for offline TV, are you a Jost fan?
Let's just say I'm not part of the resistance.
The meme level is so damn high. Freaking A. Alright, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Haha.